You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming. Something on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Tennessee Shoichi's Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. I think we have to press forward, y'all. Can I really just leave things as they are? If I do, then nothing will really change, will it? Keep pushing. No, I have to say it. Because if I don't, you'll just refuse outright. You'll be so stubborn over the stupidest things. Although it might be a mean thing to call this stupid. I get that you have your own hang-ups about it, but enough is enough. Look, I know you feel guilty about it. I get it. Maybe I'm the lucky one since I never had to deal with that sort of thing. Maybe I just can't understand what you went through. But that's not what I... But you can't just keep hiding from it. The longer you stay away, the harder it'll be to reconnect. Besides, you do want to see her, don't you? It's not that easy. Sure it is. You just have to want it to be instead of digging your 2 feet in the ground like a stubborn mule. Honestly, you frustrate me to no end sometimes. Dumbass. Huff all you want, but you know I'm right. There's no way your mother wouldn't want to see you. You're her son, for crying out loud. Just go to her and mend that bridge. Besides, it would go a long way towards making you less dependent on your dad. Shoichi's clutch around his arms tightens. Part of me can't help but think he's going to end up puncturing himself like that. And yet, little by little, his gaze begins to soften. I see the tension vanishing from his shoulders. It seems my words managed to reach him to some degree. Or at least he isn't rejecting them outright. Even that would already be a big step forward. I'll think about it. Yeah, that's all I'm really asking for. Just don't reject me without giving it some thought. Shoichi nods. I do want to see her. Just those words by themselves are enough. I feel a weight lifting from my shoulders once I hear that. The validation that I made the right choice. I knew having this conversation wouldn't be easy, but still, once the tension starts leaving my body, I begin to realize I feel exhausted. The day has barely started, and I already feel like I could just crawl into bed and shut down. You alright there, big guy? I don't know. I have a lot of stuff on my mind. At least we were able to talk, right? Still beats not talking at all. Of course. I'm glad I was able to talk to you again. I always am. I just felt too awkward to take that first step after what happened. I guess it means I'm lacking maturity, huh? We'll get there. Communication is hard. No kidding. Shoichi places a hand on his chest, taking a deep breath and sighing. I'll admit that it was good to get some things out of my chest, but man, I feel really beat all of a sudden. I kind of want to point out he barely even spoke in the first place, but that would probably be uncalled for. I'm gonna head out now. I have a lot I need to get done before classes start. Thank you for talking to me. Feels like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Of course. I'm always here for you, you know that. It's definitely reassuring to hear. Talk to you later. For you. Shoichi walks away, a slight and crooked smile on his face. Despite the overall awkwardness, I definitely feel like we managed to push forward somehow. And I probably need to figure out what to do with myself until classes start in over an hour. Probably gonna take a nap until then. What a cutie. Alright, we definitely made the right choice there. The bell finally rings, bringing a start to lunch break. I quickly put away my notebook inside my bag, giving one last quick glance to the notes I've taken today. Somehow I do feel a slight sense of pride for working so hard on these. Sure, it might just have been one day, but I do feel like it's still progress. I'm sure Shoichi would be proud of me too for working hard. He's always been the loudest proponent that I needed to take my studies more seriously. I still find it a bit pointless since I'm not planning on going to college, but if it makes him happy, then I want to do it. It's not like it's any sweat off my back. I sneak a glance at the vacant seat next to me. Today again, June has failed to show up for class without a word. He also hasn't really answered the message I sent him yesterday. I really don't like this, but I can't chase after him for some kind of answer. He'll talk to me when he talks to me. Knowing him, he'll probably just waltz back into class at some point like nothing happened. That is definitely very much like him. The back door to the class is opened suddenly, with Saya and Shoichi quickly entering the room. Osu! Pardon the intrusion. The two of them give very different greetings from one another, and yet are all equally well received. A few of my classmates smile and wave at them, returning their greetings in kind. Those two, Saya in particular, have always had a lot more ties to our classmates than I did. Come to think of it, I really did spend the last 3 years acting as a lone wolf kind of guy. Sai and Shoichi, and then last year Keisuke. I barely talked to anyone other than these three, unless it was some really short conversation about games or food or some such. I really hope I don't end up becoming some kind of an antisocial mess. It would really suck. Yep. Sup, you two sure do manage to arrive here together pretty often, considering you're not even in the same class. Well, our class is neighbor yours on both ends, so we have to walk the exact same distance. I guess that makes sense. They both pull up chairs and sit with me, digging inside their bags for their lunches. You're also in a good mood. That's great. What? I don't mind her. Obviously, I know what she means, considering that she talked to me about it yesterday. But there's no real reason to bring Shoichi into this. If anything, I'd only make him feel self-conscious. So, how you guys doing? It must be a relief to be done with exams, huh? No need to study like crazy anymore for now. Sort of. You probably shouldn't stop studying regardless. You need to be prepared for the next exams. Signal. Water. Oh, my annoying-ass cat screams in the background because he's a little brat. Come on, there's got to be a limit to how righteous you can be. Sai fidgets on her seat, humming happily in a quite loud fashion. Okay, you're definitely trying to get our attention, aren't you? I'm just really happy. How come? This is the first time we got to hang out, the three of us together, since you guys told me about you two. Huh? That's a reason to be happy. Hey, who else knows? Does anyone else know? Aren't you getting a little bit too excited over this? We were hoping not to make this a big deal. Definitely doesn't set a good precedent for telling the others. Well, of course I'm gonna be happy. But be happy. I've known not so loud. Shoichi nearly lunges forward from his seat, clasping his hand around Sai's muzzle and keeping her from continuing to talk. Are you trying to out us to everyone? Sorry. She mumbles almost unintelligibly, despite her mouth still being forced shut. Her brow is furrowing a little. I thought my heart was gonna stop. Same here. Sorry, I was just a bit overexcited. Just try being a bit careful. I know it's a big ask for you, but still. What? It's not a big ask. I can be careful. Yeah, sure. It's because you're careful that I had to hold your mouth shut. One single mistake doesn't establish a precedent. Keep telling yourself that. Anyways, who else did you tell? You're still on that? Of course, it's huge news. No one much. We haven't told anyone else as far as I can recall. There is Haruki. Oh, right. Haruki? Saya cocks her head to the side. Oh wait, is that the angry wolf dude that's in the volleyball team? The same. He's, a handful. To say the least. Out of all the people you could have told, why a guy like that? It's not like we picked him out of a lineup. He had figured Shoichi out just like you and meddled. From what you've told me about what he did, meddled is putting it nicely. Hey, don't be like that. Last thing I want to have to deal with now is a pouty, jealous Shoichi. What did he do? From what you told me, Haruki was the one who told him about, well, me. Really? How did he even know? Beats me. Some people are just perceptive like that, I guess. You figured it out on your own, too. I suppose that's true. Yeah, and he used that knowledge to constantly antagonize me. It was just by some miracle that actually made me conscious of Shoichi. After that, well, it took me a while to get comfortable with the idea. I'm still pissed you knew about it before I had the chance to tell you. On the other hand, if he hadn't found out from someone else, you never would have told him. Well, I guess that's also true. So, in a way, this Haruki guy is to thank for you guys. Or to blame if this blows up in a spectacular fashion. Please don't say that, even as a joke. Come on, don't be so uptight. Shoichi clicks his tongue, shooting me a disapproving look. God, I love doing Tennis Ace videos. Definitely one of my favorite VMs. He really needs to work that stick out of his ass at some point. No sense of humor. And he's the only other person who knows? We haven't told anyone else, but I think Aki might be starting to suspect it. He's another one that is really perceptive. Yeah, I'm really lucky Itoka is dumb as bricks when it comes to certain things. I'm not sure how she'd take the news if she found out. She does have a huge crush on Yuichi-kun that's lasted for years now. And I still don't know what I did to deserve it. Guess both siblings have the same taste in men, huh? Well, that's apparently true. I still wish you hadn't said it. Sorry. Oh, I know. I know what I want to know. Have you guys kissed yet? What? Well, yeah. Don't just tell her that stuff. We've been dating for nearly a month. That much is already a given. I guess. Okay, then I have another question. What is it this time? Saya hunches a little forward, causing us to reflexively do the same, looking like a trio of co-conspirators trying to talk in hushed whispers. Have you guys done it yet? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that is so God. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's such a good... Oh my God, that's such a good thumbnail. There's no way I'm answering that. No way in hell. Oh, come on. It's not a big deal. Go to hell, you perverted Fujoshi. Oh, I don't think it was I don't think it was a bad question. Shoichi's face is redder than I've ever seen it before. If at all possible, it's even redder than it was when we had sex, and that's saying something. I guess without the horny adrenaline, things become a lot more embarrassing. You okay there? The brain hasn't turned to mush or anything yet, has it? Shoichi nods slowly. There's no change to his facial expression, though. Come on, take a deep breath. It's not that big of a deal. I place a hand on top of his, giving it a faint, reassuring squeeze. Shoichi tries doing as I say, closing his eyes and putting a hand on his chest, breathing in and out deeply a few times. That's a really bad question to ask. It's not that bad. You really are a perverted Fujoshi. Not you too. What else do you expect us to say to that? That's a really vulgar question no matter how you cut it. Okay, I'm sorry for asking, jeez. You've got no delicacy at all. You really are a crude woman. Hey, that's going a little too far. The three of us continue on a cheerful back and forth for the rest of the lunch break, fielding an unending barrage of questions from Saya, who we constantly have to steer away from the subject since she insists on asking risque questions. Several hours later. By the time I'm finally done practicing for today, the sky is already threatening to go fully dark. I didn't even realize how late it got. Coach had to actually usher a lot of us out because we were staying way longer than usual. I guess everyone was ready to practice again after the extended vacation we took from the club. Alright, gonna go ahead and pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!